ecosystem is to reach equilibrium, and players in the ecosystem knows that these are things that we do, and these are actually our national objective. However, I really agree also with you, it's easier said than done. But, looking at the icon, reality TV, that's why, even though here, they put in a small thing, success stories. But actually, success breeds success. And it creates a feel-good factor. And it creates a motivational factor. Right? I mean, I don't know about Egypt, and I don't know about Sri Lanka, but this part of the world, if you have a child, they are only limited to 4 jobs. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, accountants. If you want to marry your child, so limited to 4 jobs. What about entrepreneurship? What about, I want to be an entrepreneur? You know, we talk to our children. We never talk to them that, hey, you want an entrepreneur? So that actually reflects the overall background noise. You get what I mean? Because the overall background noise do not talk about, do not encourage, do not celebrate, do not project an image that entrepreneurship is desirable as an occupation, as a son-in-law, as what have you, right? So, I mean, this is why you have things, but it does not converge as a whole. Yes? Yeah, okay, this first. By saying, this is why we need intermediary organization. Right. This is why we need intermediary organization. Why? It is like the judge between 2 quarreling couples. It is like a friend that trying to get 2 people to be on friendly terms. You need, or rather we need, I think it actually implies that, okay, A thinks B is like, you're wasting my time here, I want to expand the frontier of research, and you are filthy rich, and the filthy rich guy said, you're using my tax money, man. So, when you have this situation, and this is real life, that is why we need an intermediary organization. The person who can smoothen the relationship, the person who can actually talk to A and bring the product to B. Yes. Right. That's why the highest level must be the infrastructure. Sorry, just before you ask a question. A lot of course, this is inherent in the theory behind technology transfer offices. Inherent. But the problem with TTOs is they appoint people from within. University A creates a technology transfer office to be the intermediary, and they put one of their own in the office. That does not solve the problem, right? You have 2 warring factions. Warring faction A say, okay, let's go for peace. But let's put our people as the negotiator for peace. It's not going to work, right? So I would recommend that if you want to do intermediary organization, interfacing agency, it has to be private. It has to be have their own set of objectives and KPI which are not vastly linked to either A or B. It is actually for us, our KPI is actually related to the overall development of the national development ecosystem. So it's not necessary that we are trying to commission public sector research. Right? We are trying to, but our agenda is larger than that. And I think that is the important one. And number two is that to be neutral, it has to be outside and it has to be private too. And this empathy, you can't really emphasize on it. It's very difficult to give a prescriptive answer which will be true for all organizations at all times. But the idea is that for different organizations which may have lower levels of animosity against the industry, you may have an internal TTO funded, operated by internal people, right? For very traditional expand the frontier of research, push the envelope kind of thing, you may need a different animal altogether to handle the interfacing arrangement. So it will be depending on the situation. I think it's going to be very difficult to give a prescriptive answer that fits everything. Again, this goes back to my statement that commercialization is complex. We will address the complexity according to the needs and the situation. I think that's a fair answer to give, right? Yes, sorry, I'm sorry.
Actually, I would imagine with you, I would agree with you that the policies in our countries have been established well and they start with what the word could imply. And now I would like to go to the practical point. So just before coming, we already have been taking, a decision has been taken, like we are going to spread the whole Egypt with technology transfer centers. And so from my background, I know that the driving mechanism for commercialization is done through different routes, like technology transfer centers, technology valleys, center of excellences, science park. I would like, from your experience, from the Malaysian experience, to give me a shortcut like this driving mechanism will
Okay. I like your question. But I have always the answer. And my answer is that there is no such thing as shortcut or low-hanging fruits. And I've always said this many places, if you see, if you meet, if you find someone, anyone, who tell you that they have a shortcut, they have low-hanging fruits, he is selling snake oil. Okay? You can quote me that. Okay? There is no. We will have the premise that commercialization is complex. That is the premise that nobody can challenge. When it is complex, there is no shortcut, there is no low-hanging fruits, there is only snake oil. Now I'll give you a joke. I think some of you have heard this also. Let's lighten up your feet. You see, there was this sheep farmer. I don't know whether you remember this, but doesn't matter. He was in the middle of the desert because there's a lot of sheep. Sheep law in Cairo. I have one point we made about the ecosystem. So he was here maybe in Fayun, right? Okay? With his sheep, let's say so many sheep, and there was this white man came in a Range Rover. Came in a Range Rover, stopped, went out of the car and said, "Yes, Mr. Farmer, what will you give me if I were to tell you how many sheep you have?" So farmer said, "No, I don't care. You can do what you like." So he went back to his Range Rover, brought out a GPS unit, contact the satellite, take the satellite image, do an algorithm, and told the farmer, "You have 1,764 sheep." So farmer said, "Yeah, I have." "Okay, can you pay me one? You have to pay me now. So I told you already how many sheep you have, right? You pay me now." So I said, "Okay, you can take one of my sheep." So he took one animal, brought it back to the Range Rover. Then the farmer said, "Excuse me, that's my dog. You know what's the lesson learned here?" Right? You know what is the lesson learned? A consultant is a con man. When you don't have empathy, you don't have real experience, you only There is no such thing as shortcut, no such thing as low-hanging fruit. This is all snake oil and consultant talk.
And there is no system.
And don't steal my dog.
I think also there is no section to this.
Yes, yes. Great. Right. This is why, okay, from a professor's point here, you know, we look at Silicon Valley, people want to create Silicon Valley outside the US. Even the Iowa, the Tennessee, the Mississippi, the Kentucky, Maryland cannot create Silicon Valley. And here we are in Kuala Lumpur, in Cairo, in Colombo wants to create Silicon Valley. You know, let's agree that commercialization is complex. It is dependent upon the space and time. Okay? If you want to create something, it has to be with local flavors. And don't talk to consultants who steal your shit. Okay? Even how high-tech they sound, how fair they are, you know, they may be blonde. You know, maybe it's better to talk to your own kind who has the experience, who can empathize with you and understand the challenges that you face.
In our country history, there is a man who actually built most of our country. It's called Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Muhammad Ali is about 100 years and 30 before. When he began to build Egypt, it's at the same time as Japan. Japan sent the embassy to learn how
Right.
Egypt
Right.
grow. Muhammad Ali, who's saying, he sent the embassy out to Egypt, and he brings experts into Egypt. I think the experts that come to Egypt was better than the embassies that were sent out. Because the experts can come to Egypt, they make the system tailored.
Yes.
While the embassies that went to abroad, they train the system.
Agreed. I think that's the main idea of the workshop anyway. The main idea of the workshop is actually for us to look at what people have done. And I don't think we are trying to portray that we have done the best. Right? You know, I'm not trying to say to you that, you know, MTDC is the, I mean, I have to say that we are unique. I have to say that because I have been all over the world. I have not seen an organization like MTDC that does venture capital, grant, science parks, and what have you. No. That one I can assure you. But whether we are the best, I don't think we are. But the idea is actually we must learn from each other. And this is the point that I want to make. This is very evident here. Okay? Now, you know, ecosystem, you know, networks, look how you see. Right? One of the most important thing in business is network. And the way you sit here, actually you are throwing away the potential of networks. Because you have Egyptian here, you have Sri Lanka here. I'm the intermediary organization. No best interest. Okay? No, but, you know, I think I will end now because we are taking too much time. It's already 11:15. The most important thing that, among others, that we want to tell our entrepreneurs and players in this space is the value of networks. This is very, very important. I mean, even in research, we value our networks, right? More so in business. Networks is very, very important. That's why in MTDC, after so long, we had 500 companies or so, we were telling them that, look, we want you to work together so that you create networks. If you have been to Indonesia, I want you to share with others. What did you do? How to go to Indonesia? What is the precaution that you took? What are the risks? If you want to evaluate partnership, what partnerships? If you want to go this, these are networks all about. If you don't have network, you knock on the door, they won't open the door. If you have network, at least maybe one foot will be in the door. Okay? We will have, for example, you know, we have here Eid celebration, Idul Fitri or Idul Adha. When we do the celebration, we bring our companies. Say, no, you share with us this program, MTDC and business partners. Because when your guests come here, you make sure you network because our name is there. And it will open doors. Because if you do it on your own, you meet people on the street, that's not network. I think this value is very important because network implies working together. Working together implies reaching equilibrium in the ecosystem. The biologists will love this. Some biologists are always smiling. Right? Because network doesn't mean that you must work together all the time. There must be some competition as well sometimes. But overall, there is ultimately accumulation of movement progressing ahead. So I think this is where actually why MTDC now, you may be wondering what we're trying to do. I'm not selling slack oil. I don't go and see Dr. Ahmed and say, Dr. Ahmed, I have this formula that if you follow, we can shortcut your commercialization. No. What we are trying to do here at MTDC by working with ASRT and also NEDA is we want to expand the network. When we expand the network, our companies, collaborating organization, your companies, your researchers, we expand to a bigger network. And the multiplier effect, this is the sales pitch of LinkedIn, right? If you are on LinkedIn, that is the multiplier effect. You go into LinkedIn, you go into a network, you have one friend, now you've got 20 million friends. Yes. Okay. First answer is, do we have target? Yes. Second answer is it from the beginning? No. As I mentioned, when we will form our main agenda was to do public sector early stage commercialization via creation of company. That target has been scrapped. Because, as I mentioned, it is incongruent with the whole activity of innovation when things are set in stone. Innovation is creativity. Innovation is talking about the journey. And as you move along, you have to look at what you face and what you need. So if we look at what we were in 1992 and what we are now, it's a total metamorphosis. Well, of course, I would like to see that I'm now a beautiful butterfly, and previously I was like, not so beautiful. But that's selling snake oil. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is that as we move along the journey, we will have to make changes because it is inherent in the innovation experience. There is nothing set in stone in terms of, because if it is set in stone, it's incongruent with the concept of innovation. And we are doing innovation. So we have a 5-year plan. We just look at, let me see the final slide. Okay. I have all this slide, I don't know whether you need it or not. Okay. Anyway, for each of these programs that we have, they have their own KPIs. And over the years, individual KPIs for individual programs have changed. Let's see. Okay, venture capital. In 1992, the set target is that we must invest in early stage companies commercializing public sector only. But as we move along the value chain, we say it cannot be done. It's not doable. It's not practical. There is not enough company to be invested. There is no exit, no M&A, what have you. We change it immediately after 6 months from early stage investment in public sector commercialization to early stage and expansion stage. Okay? And then we change it to we can invest across the value chain. In Malaysia, we will invest in selected companies outside Malaysia. Okay? CREF, when we started in 1997, it was only to fund pre-commercialization. Because you have research, and then before you commercialize, you need to do scaling down, which, a lot of those work do not produce papers. Therefore, the universities don't do it. So we want to fund companies to do the pre-commercialization. But we found out that after we do the pre-commercialization, still company have problem commercializing because a lot of other issues. So in 2005, we changed it that we will fund full commercialization. Okay. And similarly with all the other things. Okay, I just want to point out here that funding program, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 funding programs. These are MD centers, basically the centers of infra. These value-added services are inherent in the venture capital model. In the US venture capital model, the value-added services in terms of coaching, mentoring, inherent because the general partner who sits on the board will bring this with them. But in grant, this is sometimes we have a problem because grant managers, government grant managers, manage grant like they manage loan. Okay, here's the money, you go and do it. So the value add which actually you would expect from a general partner in a VC firm is not there. So that's why in 2006 we told the government let's formalize this program. Grant managers must act like general partners in venture capital. It cannot be arm's length transaction like a loan manager. Here's your money, you go and do your project, if you fail, I take the collateral. Grant no collateral. You must work to make sure it survive, right? And then here, Symbiosis. Symbiosis is a project that we created to assist universities because sometimes you have good technologies, no companies. So we said, okay, there is no companies willing to take the technology is good, we have done a feasibility study, let's advertise across Malaysia, find out, would there be any entrepreneurs who want to take this technology? And we created a program here for graduates. You know, I don't know about in Cairo, but in Malaysia sometimes when we say graduate entrepreneurship, they think it is unemployed graduate. No, this is not. We have doctors who resign to be entrepreneurs, we have people who are, quite senior enough but resign to pursue their dream under the Symbiosis program. And this one reunites is what I mentioned just on the networks. I mean, we need to create an ecosystem where people have a network to share market knowledge, technology development issues, and whatever things that. The more efficient the networks, the better. So now we have about 500 companies. And then in 2011, which is the 10th plan, I think this view from EPU presented to you. We now have venture capital, we have grants that we have. But as I mentioned to you, CRDF is more applicable to companies that have revenues to spend first. If you don't have revenue, you go for CRDF, you need to have money. And that's the challenge, right? Because if you don't have bank loans, the money can only come from the 3F, right? So friends, partners, and some of the fools that you can get money from. So we said, no, why don't we do a startup fund? And this is where innovation is all about. I've not seen, honestly, I may have not surveyed enough, but I haven't seen these two programs elsewhere in the world. So the Business Startup Fund is a program which uses investment instrument. But the mode is like a loan. What do I mean? You are an entrepreneur who wants to start a company. You need money. Come to MTDC. This is the project. Everything approved. I will give you the money in the form of